Well, between ups and down markets, the risk of inflation, and rising prices, planning for retirement can feel like an endurance test. Can your retirement plan stand up to the stress? Well, today, financial expert Brian Mirau is here to break down some of the biggest stressors on your retirement plan and share actionable steps to help you stay on track. Hi, Brian. So many things can take a toll in your retirement plan. What are some of the biggest financial stressors that people should be aware of?
Well, Nicole, that's a great question. The biggest stressors that we see include market volatility, inflation, unexpected healthcare costs, and rising taxes. And all of these can erode your savings if you don't have a solid strategy in place.
Well, market swings can feel overwhelming. So how can retirees or those near retirement handle it?
Well, Nicole, it all starts with a plan. When you have a written strategy that includes diversification and defined income sources, you don't have to react emotionally every time the market takes a dip. Confidence comes from preparation.
Well, inflation is a big concern. It's been coming down lately, but there's no telling when it could go back up. So what's the best way to help protect retirement income from rising costs?
Well, even at lower levels, inflation can eat away at your buying power. What we do is we help clients build income strategies that include growth elements designed to outpace inflation, while also locking in some guaranteed income to maintain their stability.
Well, what about economic downturns? How can retirees feel financially steady during those tough times?
Well, downturns are part of the cycle. What matters is how your plan handles these downturns. And, that's why it's important to do a stress test on every retirement plan that we look at that folks may have, and to make sure that it's resilient even during a recession.
Well, you've talked about putting a retirement plan through a stress test. What exactly does that mean?
Well, it means modeling worst case scenarios to see how your plan would hold up. We simulate inflation spikes, tax increases, market drops, and we do all these just to make sure that you've got yourself enough cushion to make sure that you stay on track.
Well, what conditions are you testing in that stress test process?
Well, we look at what happens if inflation returns, say, to 4 to 5%, or